We've alluded to it plenty of times, but now it is finally here. We are in the endgame of MLB 22 and the MLB season. Plenty of teams and cards getting Thanos snapped out of existence, some quicker than others. I will say, Dodger fans are out here crying about the playoff format. Hey, I'm chilling. I got a brand new couch to watch the playoffs. Twins fandom is beautiful come this time of year. Zero stress, just complete satisfaction. We have a new tier list to talk about with so many new cards that, of course, I missed, which, obviously they dropped the biggest content update of the year when I'm in sunny San Diego. But we're talking about all that today. As always, let me know in the comment section, who do you guys have where? Who did I mess up on? What are some of your favorite cards to use right now in DD? And let's get into it. Well, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. It's that time of year again. Here in Minnesota, we just saw it go from 80 degrees and sunny to snowing. Faster than the Rays were out of the playoffs. But if you want to raise your hygiene game this fall, well, Manscaped is here to help. The all-in-one male grooming kit boasts the Lawnmower 4.0. It's getting chilly outside. Our body responds in weird ways. Don't let your needle get caught up amongst the haystack. Shave those weeds and make it stand out. And ease your mind knowing the built-in skin-safe technology is there to protect your privates and prevent any shaving mishaps. And then grab the crop preserver and ball toner. Spruce up that sack. Make sure you're smelling good after a long, hard day of watching football. Extra long if it's Thursday night football. It's October. Days are getting shorter. Weather's getting colder than the bats down in Atlanta. Start getting ready for that cozy time with a special someone by using promo code GOMES. You'll get 20% off your order. Plus 2 free gifts, all shipped to your door for absolutely no cost. It's a great time to start getting ready with Manscaped, and as always, thank you to them for sponsoring the channel. Got a bit of a new look here, the tier list. We've changed things up. One thing that I wanted to emphasize is the gap between some of these cards, because truly I do think there is a larger disparity between some of the tiers than before I had recognized. So we changed the looks a little bit here. We have the catcher tier list here, of course, which has been so fucking crazy. We have Jimmy Fox, Joe Mauer, and then, of course, Joe Torre. As we all have known for years, one of the best hitters of all time. Certainly better than Hank Aaron, as his attributes would suggest in the game here. But catchers, you really can't go wrong. There's so many great cards, great options, and that's to say Napoli and Posada are down on tier 1, because I do think these three are on a tier of their own. Now, they're pretty close. They're pretty jumbled up. You look at a guy like Joe Torre, it's hard to get much better, and then I think they got better. Certainly with Jimmy Fox, yes, his fielding is not that good, but as we do know, fielding does not really matter. It's almost a facade. It's an idea. Then Mauer, if he had pop time, which for some reason he doesn't, which as a Minnesotan I will say is a damn shame, and a disparity to his name, but I think S tier, so good. Tier 1, the new Giovanni Soto is really, really good. He's free. That's, again, the barrier of entry to so many of these great cards is extremely low. I mean, literally at the bottom line for Soto, because he's free. Pudge is a good card, despite what some people will tell you. Because a swing doesn't work for you does not mean it is a bad card. Tier 2, a lot of favorites that we've had on here for a long, long time are just working themselves down the ladder, because I do want to put a emphasis on how good some of these new cards are. So catchers, a lot of good ones, really easy to field that spot. First base, yeah, what if I told you at the beginning of the year that Paul Konerko was going to be one of the best hitting cards in the game? Because truly he is. He's max on everything except contact right, which is at a measly, I think, 116. Really shitty. Then you also have Pujols there, who I gave the top spot. Does it really matter? No. But S tier, I still had to put Frank Thomas there. I don't know, just his results and everything about that card just Fox, Frank Fox, we've known that. The new Willie Stargell and Ryan Howard are really, really good. They're going to be at nearly S tier, but just barely on the top edge of tier 1. Can't go wrong there. So many great first basemen. Again, a weird conundrum with these Home Run Derby X cards. Clearly, Adrian Gonzalez was the best player out of the 4, but he gets the worst cards. Make it make sense. Otherwise, you still got like the Tomei, the McCovey, a lot of guys falling down the ladder like Ortiz, which is certainly still a really good card, is going to be down in the middle of tier 2, kind of buried beneath everybody else. A lot of great shit here at first base, super easy to find an incredible card. I mean, again, Pujols was absolutely free, so... you're going to notice a trend there, but not for second base. Corey Seager, yes, he's primarily a shortstop, but if you look at his speed, his arm strength, you'd notice, well, that's not exactly true. You're a little bit more of a tubey there, Corey. So he's going to be headlining the S tier for that position. Tier 1, we're going to keep Mookie Betts. We got Jackie Cano and Rhino we put up to tier 1 as well. Just because he doesn't have a sexy name necessarily doesn't mean that the card isn't good. I swear, half the bias between people using cards is just name. You know, people would be more apt to using Glaber or something because, I don't know, I like him more. Which, fair enough, you know, different strokes. Tier 2, we've got the new Eddie Escobar. If he had Lightning card, it could have been a lot better. Obviously, I get why Bo Bichette got it. He was simply better in that month. But Eddie Escobar, still a really good card there. The new Michael Young, who I think is a bit more apt. For second base, again, I just put the guys where I think they perform their best. A couple new underwhelming cards like the Marcus Seaman just could have been better. I just think they really kind of shafted that card there. Otherwise, you have the new Tommy Edman. You've got a lot of familiar faces. The Chase Utley, for example, is one that is also keeping a little sour taste in my mouth. Just could have been better. Chase had a fantastic prime. Crushing baseballs, collapsing shortstops. I mean, truly, there's nothing Chase couldn't do. Moving over to third base here, where we have pretty similar results here. I think just 2 new cards really in the top end. Eddie Matthews is going to join S tier. Really, really good shit. He kind of came out in a weird time, so a lot of people I don't think are giving him the respect he deserves. And super deep position again. The new Troy Gloss. A decent card. He hits lefties really well. I mean, maxed out, no shit. But righties just could be better. But it's not a knock, truly, that much against the card. Being at the end of tier 1 here, I mean, Christ, it's led by the single pimper, Josh Donaldson over there. Still got the Rafi Devers. He's really, really good. A marvel for how good they made the card and how long he's stood the test of time, truly. Otherwise, I think that's about it for the new third baseman there. You know, a lot of people probably have gotten to George Brett at this point. I still think Austin Riley, some people wouldn't include him in S tier, but some people aren't that intelligent. So we're going to put him there. He's really, really good. Then Egger, also really great. Shortstops, a lot of new ones. A lot of new shortstops, but I do think J-Raw holds on to his crown of the best. But Bo Bichette comes close, man. If he had a bit better fielding to where you could reasonably put him at secondaries, that would make him have more value, because realistically, you can play Jimmy Rollins at short, second, third, and center field. Some of those sound ridiculous, but it is true. He is a pretty damn good center fielder. The Bo Bichette, again, it just doesn't quite have that same comfortability, versatility with those out-of-position secondaries. Barry Larkin is pretty much free. He's so fucking good. Honus Wagner, again, a lot of people not talking about this drop as much as they should be, but these cards were really good, and Honus is going to be at the end of S tier. He's pretty much maxed out everything except power, which is only at like 95. Again, really bad. Speaking of kind of bad, the Francisco Lindor. They certainly could have made this card better. I guess I don't exactly get what was going through their mind when they were just churning out max everything, Babe Ruths and Griffeys, and then we have Lindor coming in hot with 95 contact right. He's got like pretty fledgling power for this time of year. I mean, good lord. Correa's going to be in tier 2 there. Again, a cool card, but, you know, not quite that cool, I guess. It could be a hell of a lot cooler if he was in Minnesota. It doesn't get much cooler in terms of temperature than the Midwest. Otherwise, shortstop, pretty comfortable. A lot of S tiers, really can't go wrong. Chipper's still there as well. Corner outfield, good lord. Yeah, I went wild here. 6 S tier corner outfielders. That being Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Gary Sheffield, Luis Gonzalez, again, Vladimir Guerrero, and Nick Swisher. I truly think all these guys are pretty much on the same tier, although I would say probably the best 2 you could really run is like Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth. But at this point, it really depends what handedness you need. I mean, Luis Gonzalez is pretty much just as good as Hank Aaron is, which is crazy. It is baffling that those words are coming out of my mouth right now. Nick Swisher, also, do not sleep on this card. Max power switch hitter, 70 speed with pretty much like 115 contact out of the box. Get out of town. We have the new Aaron Judge. I can't quite put him there. The vision is really low. The contact left starts at just a bit over 100, and being 7'14", it's rough. You know, going down and getting some of those balls there, it's difficult sometimes. For the average person, I hear that complaint a lot. Johnny Gomes, pretty much just as good as a switcher, just is not a switch hitter, so he's going to be a little bit lower. The Ralph Kiner, again, pretty much another max everything merchant, although he doesn't really have the fielding or speed to speak of. Jim Edmonds, really good. But he's like the number 12th best corner outfielder in my opinion. Teoscar Hernandez, keep in mind, he has 7 quirks, 7 active quirks, which is going to propel him a bit more upwards on this list. Soriano's now available, well, I guess like a week and a half ago, not exactly now, but recently. The Bryce Harper, really good card. I just can't put him like too high because you have, again, like S tier is pretty much all maxed out everything besides, I guess, like really Vlad. Everybody else is more or less going to get to 125 or close enough at parallel 5. The tier 3, again, there's so many good cards. You don't really need to use these because there's so many free cards out at better top spots. But corner outfield, again, is super stacked. And yeah, you've got a lot of the same attributes, a lot of different names. You can pretty much put whoever you want there. But at center field, it's pretty clear. Griffey and McCutcheon, easily. They are on a... they should almost be S+ tier because they are considerably ahead of the pack. Griffey is so fucking good. I don't know what to say, but his swing this year just feels something different. So I know I'm usually not the person to help give a boost based on someone's swing, an arbitrary measurement, but it is wild. Try it for yourself. McCutcheon still is really good. We know this. Other new cards, the Duke Schneider is pretty good this year. Again, a power left at 82 is not ideal. You would like to see it higher than 82 for sure. The new Brandon Nimmo, again, just power trouble. A lot of these guys have the same contact, same, you know, fielding and speed that he has, but are just more powerful, so it gives him the spot. Jose Siri is certainly one of the cards that got released, so he's going to be in the penny pincher tier for being free. So yeah, center field looks really good. Let's get down to the controversial shit. Pitchers, S tier, 5 of them. I went with Randy, Corey Kluber, Chris Sale, Nolan Ryan, and Tom Glavine. I feel confident about the first 4. The 5th was, you know, truly a roll the dice, hope for a Yahtzee moment. Nolan Ryan, I've kind of changed my tune on him. If you face somebody good who knows how to use him, you are in for it. He is really good on a top level, especially once you're on Hall of Fame Plus and the PCIs get oh so small. Tier 1, a lot of good pitchers here. We have Oswald, we have Don Sutton, Cole Hamels. The new Bob Gibson is pretty good. Just can't quite put him at the S tier. I faced him a couple times already. Pretty readable for my early experience. I really wish the Noah Syndergaard was just like better hit 9. Same thing as Oral there. You'd always, you know, hope for more Oral, you know, more hit per 9, you know, is what I'm talking about here, obviously. So if those 2 cards had better attributes, they're really good pitchers. They have excellent stuff. It's just propelling them downwards. Otherwise, I would like to see him be a little bit better. That's pretty much it as far as the pitchers go. We have a new couple penny pitchers with the Whitey Ford and the Madison Bumgarner there. But for the most part, yeah, my S tier is Randy Johnson, still the best pitcher in the game. It really depends, truly. I mean, some people are getting to pick up on him well. Some people are still the boogeyman. So, S tier, like I said, the first 4 I feel confident on, but let me know your starting 5 rotation, or who you would have as your top 5 starting rotation in the game if you had every card. Moving to relievers here, a couple new ones. We've got the Dennis Eckersley, who is crazy. I mean, he puts everything exactly where you want it and nowhere else. Really good shit. I always enjoy that card. We have the Trevor Hoffman, who I've actually enjoyed this year. I mean, usually he always kind of slaps me around. It really depends. If you're ready for him, you're going to hit him. If you're not, you're not. Pretty simple. Capiche? But he's been really good in my experience, and he's been pretty damn good in my experience facing him. We have the new Camilo Duvall, who I think is pretty decent on paper. I've not used him yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Tier 2, rest in peace to Bruce Sutter. I think he passed away this past weekend, which was sad to hear. He just got this card, I believe, like a week ago prior. Bruce Sutter cards are better than a lot of people would think. It's a 3-pitch guy, which isn't, you know, as satiating necessarily. It's not something you're craving. Otherwise, we have the new Tom Henke, who, you know, is kind of on par with some 90 overalls there, so good shit on that release. So yeah, righty relievers didn't change much. 5 S-tier cards, I think those are must-haves. And then lefties really did not change at all. We just got the new Jose Avocado, who is looking pretty good. He's going to be at the top of tier 1 there. No change-up, which is going to hurt a little bit. I think it is a very, very good pitch to fall back on, so if you don't have it, it's tough. But he does have Outlier to fall back on, which is helpful. A sinker-cutter combo. Yeah, lefty market, pretty much the same thing. If you want 3, there's your 3. I don't think it's changed too much. But there we go. That's what we're talking about here. The tier list, all-encompassing every card in the game. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. We're probably going to only have like 1 or 2 more of these this season until it's kind of, well, yeah, I mean, after like the postseason, after finest cards, and then, yeah, getting to that time. It's crazy that the year's gone this fast, you know? Good and bad as far as MLB 22 goes. We'll probably make a little retrospective at some point later on, but let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. It comes out, yeet.